Okay, everybody. Hi. This is an instructional video to explain how your bills that come in can be forwarded to your CQV trust for payment. Give you an example. Here is a letter or a fine, parking fine. As you can see, this is from Victoria's Vic Roads. It's just a matter of writing this bill offer is accepted as money for the dollar value amount shown here. It's not for the value amount. The value amount means nothing. They'll just send you another bill. So it's for the dollar amount shown here. And then we've got an arrow from here going up to the actual. This figure is shown in more than one place, so just make sure it goes to the amount due. And now take it back and use it as remittance and settle the accounts. All right. So that's the instructions. So you're telling them that you've received the bill, you've accepted the bill, you've accepted the offer, you've accepted the fact that it is money, what they've got labelled here as money. And now you're instructing them that to take this back and you use it as remittance and settle the account. So in other words, they receive it no different than if you'd sent them a check or if you paid with a credit card over the phone or some other method. That's how they receive their money. Okay. But think of this. Think of these bills as a promissory note, an IOU. It doesn't matter what label you want to describe it. It's an offer. It's all it is. But it is an offer you have to reply to and respond to. You can't just ignore it. You can't put it in the shredder and forget about it. You have to. What we do then is we write under here, yours honourably. You write your name, just normal, just your first, middle, and surname. It doesn't matter. You don't need to go with the colons and the commas and things like that. And underneath, your title is the equitable, beneficial, named estate, trust, title holder. Remember? This here is who they're talking to. This here is all they see. They don't see the living man, living woman. They can't deal with the living man, living woman. But they do need the living man, living woman's signature. And that's what they're sending this to you. Basically, they're saying, we've sent you this bill. If you're happy with this money amount, this dollar amount, basically just sign off on it and send it back to us so we can cash it in. It goes into our accounts receivable. Someone at their organisation who's every few days they accumulate all these checks that have come in to pay for other people to pay their bills. So somebody goes into their accounts as receivables and then runs down to the bank with all of it and then hands it over the counter to the bank and the bank receive it. And the bank will receive this the same as a check. If you notice, the header on this has certain barcodes. They're router numbers to the Federal Reserve. All right, they give you category, the categorization of who the organisation is and whatever their special number is, and then you got the router number, which is like an account number that they have direct to the thing. So anyone who holds this document owns the document, basically, because it's an IOU. You're passing it on. You're passing it back to Vic Roads. Vic Roads then take it down to the bank. Then the bank take care of it, and then the bank forwards it on to wherever they have to do until eventually the account debt of $864.40, using this example. And then when this gets cashed back in and returned, that then rounds off that debt to zero. And that's how the whole system's been working. They just haven't been bothered telling us. They wanted us dumb and stupid, ignorant of our rights, ignorance of our trust obligations. So So that's why we say yours honourably, because we're not going to argue with them. We have peace in mind, peace in heart, God's love in our heart and everything. We love our fellow man and all that. We're not going out of our way to be disruptive or belligerent or anything like that. So we're saying yours honourably, your name as the equitable, beneficial, named estate trust, and the title holder, which is what you just put down in here. So you are the living man, beneficiary of the trust. And then you sign it and you use your normal straw man signature, but beside it put in there, not the trustee. So they understand that you're not the trustee. Not that they can quickly return this as a reminder notice and say, oh, look, you haven't paid the first one, so we're reminding you to pay. Then we date it, and then we put there without prejudice. If you don't understand what the without prejudice means, very easy to find on Google. It's best that you go and research that yourself, because that's the only way you're going to learn. And I've told people, and because they didn't put the work in to learn any of these words and definitions of these words, it just makes my job so much harder, and bogs me down from helping other people. All right, so the letter that's attached to this, I've got this with instructions. So using the CQV trust as its beneficiary to pay your bills. All right, so that's what you're doing. You're using the CQV trust as the beneficiary for that trust to pay your bills. Below is what you write onto the penalty notice, utilities bill, rate notice, fines, mortgage statements, loan statement. It doesn't matter. If they send you a bill, they're sending you an offer to contract. You can't ignore it. You must reply. So what we do is we write this. This bill offer is accepted as money for the dollar amount shown here. And then remember, the arrow goes all the way to the amount due. Now take it back and use it as remittance and settle the accounts. Then yours honourably and your first, middle, surname. See, there's nothing real fancy about it. Equitable, beneficial, named estate, trust, title holder. Then you sign it, in brackets, not the trustee. Then you date it, and then without prejudice. It's that simple, folks, really. This is what they've been keeping a secret from us. This is the con. This is the absolute fraud that they've been doing since 1901. This is from Day of Federation. They've been doing this shit to us. Okay, so I told you it was going to be a short instruction. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope this helps you. Share wide. Thanks, bye.